everyone. Welcome to a new feature release of this product that's about to come out. It's designed by Open Web UI. So I'm going to show you guys something really cool. So this is a system diagram. On the left-hand side, you develop your code locally, and they live in some sort of a Docker container, right? Some sort of Docker image. So once they're in Docker image, you can then push them to ECR, which stands for Elastic Container Registry. So the ECR then can be used to support EC2. And then these are just instances, right? They're instances that can be living inside of your cluster. Cluster is on EKS, and then that EKS protected by VPC under your organization's company's firewall, and everything's kosher, everything's within the protection. So you're safe, right? These artifacts are safe within these instances. And the nice thing about this infrastructure is that there's a VPC that have this outbound rule so that the public can see what's going on in this one instance. So you're protected. So out of the box, you have two containers, right? There's a UI, which is a front end, and there's a backend. The front end is built using Open Web UI. The backend is built using Llama. Or you can build whatever other pipeline you want, API calls, things like that. But in this case, I think the backend can be Llama if you want to do everything locally. So Llama gives you Llama 4, Llama 3, things like that. So once it's done, you can actually ship it and let other people use it. So I already deployed this on Azure. Let me show you what it looks like. So this is a user interface. Let me log in real fast. And once you log in, and you actually see something like this that looks very much like ChatGPT. On the left-hand side, there's historical conversation. On the right-hand side or on the main panel, you have this chatbot environment. You can actually select multiple different models. For example, you can use drop-down button to select pretty much whatever you want. Here, maybe I'm going to go for Llama 4 Scout, and then you can continue so on and so forth, right? You can keep hitting add button. You can enter Mistral AI or whatever. So you get the idea. Let's try something easy. I can say write a Python function for me to find a third Fibonacci number. I can run this inference to two different large language models, just like that, and they will give me two separate functions. I can then run these functions to compare and contrast the result, right? For example, I can hit run. It actually is going to run this function on the spot. Same thing with the right-hand side. We can run this function on the spot, so I can compare and contrast the result, which I thought is pretty cool. And the fact that these two numbers are different depending on the function, which of course we can examine, but I'm not going to go too much deeper in that. So that being said, all these features can then be implemented, right? Web search, image, code interpreter. Let me show you web search. So for example, I can say, what's today's weather in Westchester, New York. It's actually physically going to run a live web search using whatever it is I typing, even though if you have typo or you have a word that you typed incorrectly, things like that can always be picked up. Here it's actually searching Westchester, New York weather. This is actually going to run through a couple of different web links. It searched 30 different sites. It's then going to consume that search result and give me a final answer. Because I'm living in New York, I would say this answer is pretty much correct. If I have doubts for this answer, I can then look up the reference and then fact check them one by one if I wanted to. So image, same thing. You can generate image. For example, you can say draw an image of a flying cat. Let me make sure there's no typo. Draw an image of a flying cat. This is actually going to trigger an API call using GPT's API key. It's actually going to draw an image for me on the spot and hopefully display an image that is somewhat related to what I'm talking about, right? There need to be a cat and hopefully it's flying, something like that. So I would say in that case, the API worked. Great. One last thing I want to show you is code interpreter, right? Which is super cool. So let me show you what that means. So we can say something like this: write a stock chart candlestick website for me. And then here I can use slash, and then I can use prompt engineer that I previously designed, right? So just like that, I can hit enter, and then it's going to give me some sort of HTML code, and it's going to render it for me just like that. And I can actually use this as a small web browser and interact with this HTML on the spot in this chat environment as I'm looking at this code, which I thought is pretty cool. So there you go. Hopefully you guys like the idea. There's going to be more features coming out. There's going to be workspace, models, knowledge, prompts, tools we haven't even talked about. Hopefully you like this video. Hopefully this is a fun video for you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and like.